Hello and welcome to the House of the Spirit. Welcome home. In this reading today, we're going to ask for spiritual guidance. So it's kind of an open themed reading. Let's see what our spirit guides have to say. Oh, I just saw that Aquarius is a little bit crooked. Okay, so first pile we have Cancer, Taurus, Pisces, and Sagittarius. Second pile we have Libra, Virgo, Gemini, and Scorpio. The third pile we have Capricorn, Leo, Aquarius, and Aries. Okay, so you can choose your pile with your intuition, your zodiac sign, or with the tarot deck that I've chosen. So I will give you a moment and I'll see you in your pile. Pile number 1, we are asking today for spiritual guidance. So let's start with the fairies. What do the fairies have to say to pile number 1? We'll get a sacred path card also. Okay. Oh, okay. So is there any? Okay, one more. So let's start with the Kipper. Receiving a gift. Wow, something that has to do with Christmas, right? Maybe your spiritual guidance has to do with this specific season we are in right now. Okay. Hope, big water. Okay, a little bit hard to focus today. And false person. Okay, interesting. Let's see how I'm going to put the cards. Maybe like this. Yeah. Okay. Epona's wild daughter. Oh, that gnome. And the book. Oh. The sacred path card is the death of the shaman. Death and resurrection. Or rebirth. I want to put the cards like this. Okay. Okay, so right away, I think that there's a very clear message. And it's related to some sort of trickery. There's always a kind of a, even if it's very small, an aspect of self-delusion whenever we are in a situation where we are being deceived. There's a little bit of, our own responsibility in everything that happens to you, even if it's very small. We always contribute to the creation. But I think that the gift that is coming to you is the gift of seeing this reality. Because you are doing something out of the ordinary, you are seeing how you have been tricked. It's like clearing that, because you have the death and rebirth. You are going to let go of this. You are changing into something else. But possibly there's still a part of you that is attached to this, and it creates a sort of contradiction or paradox, and that's the energy of the book here. It's having contradictory energies inside ourselves and also manifested in our reality. It's like a tricky situation. That's what I feel. You are going to see the gift that you're getting from spirit, and the spiritual guidance that's here for you is to be mindful, especially at Christmas time, to see how you have been deceived. I think that someone has created an illusion for you, and that is going to be made clear by Christmas. And that's when you can transition from the past to embracing the present and the future, but letting go of what has to go with the dignity, with self-respect, with empowerment. Because the death of the shaman is a transformation that occurs by letting go of past patterns, things that are obsolete, but with a lot of conscience. It's not that you just let them go without realizing what's happening. You have a profound, you get the gift of a profound self-awareness, of a profound wisdom and knowledge that you have overcome something, and you have been victorious over trials and tribulations. But specifically, there's something that's being clarified by Christmas. It's interesting. Okay, let's see what the tarot has to say. It's something that has kind of how do I say this? It's a disturbing thing. It's something that disturbs you. It can even like disturb your sleep. Maybe the information is also trying to come in your sleep, but it's not like a pleasant sleep. Let's say it's like trying to warn you, trying to open your eyes to something. Okay, what is that? What is coming? Ace of Cups. Justice. We have 2 owls. So it's like keeping you awake at night. Something that disturbs your sleep. 7 of Swords. You know, the trickery again. Let's... False person. 7 of Swords. Someone who is working at night. When you are sleeping. Queen of Cups. The Devil. It's stronger than I thought. So I think that because you have big ambitions and big dreams, you are being kind of targeted by not very pleasant, energetic entities, specifically working at night and trying to come through you, trying to communicate to you through your dreams. Sometimes the nightmares are also very, very important. I think that Epona's Wild Daughter is also about nightmares. So I think that nightmares, if you can write them down, and if you can try not to forget them, or just make a dream journal would be very, very helpful. And I think that by Christmas time, you'll get the picture. You will see, you see all the many eyes on the eyes on the prize. Or you'll be seen as a gift. So there's two layers of meaning here with the receiving a gift. You are seen as a gift, and that makes people want to be fake around you. It turns people into something they are not. But you are also able to destroy that illusion if you want to. But you have to solve a contradiction in yourself so that you are able to see the truth. I feel like it's an emotional contradiction, or it's a contradiction between your thoughts and your heart. It's like your heart wants something, but your mind wants another. And that conflict, that like dissonance, is creating a paradox that stops you from letting go, from letting something go. And that's why possibly this energy can have like a doorway, like a door that it can enter your life and disturb your sleep and disturb your being. You have to solve this contradiction. That's what I'm getting here. So this is like the strongest spiritual advice that I'm getting, is that you solve this contradiction so that you are able to clearly see the black and white of a situation, what is gone and what is now starting. It's like the black and white also in the floor of the Justice card. Okay, so what is Judgment? Wow. So I really think that spirits are trying to speak to you, to wake you up. Judgment is also about an awakening. So I feel like possibly you are being kept awake because you're supposed to wake up to a situation. Do something about it, maybe? Six of Cups. King of Cups. Temperance. I feel like there's something here about a relationship. It can be a romantic relationship because we have a lot of cups. There's a lot of feelings. There's a lot of heart energy in this situation. Although when I was seeing these first cards, I didn't realize that would be the theme. But I think that that's the reason why this contradiction is in your life right now. And there is a need to experiment, to try, to tweak, to... It's like dealing with this as if it was a scientific experiment. Trial and error is very important so that you can kind of test the waters, test how you feel about things, and remove this stagnation, remove the, it's like shake the waters a little bit, or at least try to purify them, in a way. Temperance is also about purifying, treating, healing. So, yeah, I really feel like you should write your dreams down, have a dream journal. That's the most practical advice I see here, so that you can bring to the surface what is trying to come up. I don't see something very defined, like a very clear thing. I think that you have to find out. It's like you have to find out. You have to solve a mystery. You have to uncover what is below the rubble, what is below the ruins, and see how you feel as you are testing things and touching things and moving things. Possibly clearing the space where you are usually in, your workspace or at home, a room where you have possibly some clutter, or you have some like treasure chests or things that you can like photos, collections, any sort of memorabilia. I think that there is a message there for you. So dreams, memories, something that has to do with that, like uncovering what is down there, you know? So if you can take the time to clear a room and to clean and to put things in their proper place, it's also very nice to, we also kind of heal our subconscious mind when we are cleaning our home. That's why it's so important to do it frequently and to choose things that you want to let go of. It's really a metaphor for what is happening inside us, so inside our mind and in our hearts. So yeah, that's a very practical advice here. I really feel like there's a message from this entity, and in order for it to not give you nightmares anymore, you have to really bring it to your conscious mind. 8 of Pentacles. You have to work on this. You have to try, develop the skills. I really think that this is about doing some kind of work. It can be cleaning up the house, as I said, or it can be writing. It can be doing some sort of repetitive thing that possibly is enhancing your skills. It can be reading. It can be seeing something about history, something about family history, possibly ancestry, something about documents that you may find, photographs, clues. It's like I feel like there's a mystery here, like you should act a little bit like a detective or a scientist, like a forensic detective, and be methodical, be strategic, and also try to properly archive and tag and, organize, because that's how you will solve the contradictions. If you determine, okay, this is important, this is not important, this is for the future, this is gone, it's the past, and I want to leave it behind. This is this category, this is the other category, and you can have like a file cabinet that is very organized and that you can access clearly and easily, so that you're not lost in this kind of subconscious fog. The Strength card. Another thing came to mind. I think you're actually really physically dealing with someone who is deceiving. Possibly it's that person is not deceiving you, it's deceiving many people. And it's someone who kind of works at night or does things in a kind of a dishonest way, like cloaked in darkness. Cloaked in darkness. And I feel like you have to be kind of righteous. You have to be very pure and very clear. And if you clean everything and you know all the corners, of the situation, you're so clear and you can access the information. You're not afraid. You're not afraid. You're not stuck, and you're not oppressed or imprisoned by the situation anymore. Knight of Cups. Okay. Nine of Pentacles. And Two of Cups. So that's when you establish a relationship with this person, possibly, or relationships in general that are balanced. So if you know everything that there's to know about this situation that wants to come through, it's coming through in your dreams. I really strongly see this for you. So if you're not remembering your dreams, just put a little notebook by your at your bedside and really focus on that, because possibly there's something very, very relevant, very important there. If it's not that, just try to see what you have in your personal archive. Super interesting. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 2. Let's see, what is the spiritual guidance for you today? So this reading has been split into 2 because I was interrupted as I was reading yesterday. So this is something possibly relevant to all the piles, because I think that there's a lot of information and energy and we have a lot to process. So possibly we need time, and to extend time as much as we can. Okay, let's see what else we have. What is the spiritual guidance for pile number 2? Okay. Mirror. Hathor. And Osiris. Interesting. Okay. Then we have Unity. Iris of the Rainbows. The Guardian at the Gate. Okay, I think I understand now. And Nellis the Alchemist. Okay, so things are changing for you. There's a transition point coming for you right now. And with the Mirror and the Guardian at the Gate, I almost feel like I am Alice looking through the looking glass. If you know that story, when Alice goes to the other side of the mirror. I think that there's something here about going to the other side and seeing things in a completely different way. Also, possibly starting a new life with new people, with new opportunities, and new surroundings, something that's completely different from what was before. I also think that you are going to have a stronger commitment to yourself or to your cause with the unity here and this feeling of change. I feel like there's something very essential that is still there once you go through this gateway, and this understanding will bring about something very special about your spirit, so about your spiritual guidance. Possibly you're going to really understand what is essential, what is most important for you right now. Excuse me. Oh, yeah. 9 of Wands. This is something that is... I think that this comes from an increase in awareness that you got suddenly. I think that there's something that you're doing that needs a closer look. Okay. Queen of Swords. The Tower. The Fool. And the 7 of Cups. I think that you'll be changing your mind about something. And once you change your mind, you're going to change the game. You're going to change the rules. There's something about also adapting to a change that is collective or a change that comes from the outside. Something that is out of your control, that elicits that change, but you're going to adapt. I feel like you're going to adapt very quickly. Start something new that is more, there's less illusion, there's more awareness of your own spiritual growth. 6 of Wands. I just heard like you're cheating death, like you're cheating death. You are escaping death. It's almost as, because Osiris was put together, all his pieces were put together by Isis, his wife, the goddess Isis. She put his pieces back together, his body, that were scattered all around Egypt. And he was reborn. So I think that there's something here about changing your mind to adapt to a situation, a specific situation, that is going to help you escape from danger, escape from like a stagnation, a death, like something that is kind of rotten in a sense, like corrupt, possibly. Seeing the rainbow after the storm. The Wheel. Really, it's like a game changer. I just keep hearing this expression, game changer. You're changing the rules of the game, adapting to the wider game that is happening, to the bigger sphere around you. Ace of Wands. It's like seizing an opportunity very well, doing very well. 2 of Pentacles. doing very well while seizing an opportunity. The King of Swords, understanding it, understanding something very clearly, and being able to have this, I hear this, like I have this efficiency and economy of my energy. I use it so wisely that I'm able to disengage with what is no longer growing and to help what wants to grow and expand. It's like inverting the game and inverting the polarity. And it seems like it's something incorrect at the beginning, but actually you are just adjusting for the mistake that was before, because it's as if the polarity before was wrong, but it was kind of trying to, trying to keep it together. But then you see that it's not working anymore. You want to change, and you do. Because I think that you are aware of something here that other people might not be aware of, and they're all kind of sticking to their own place and to their own beliefs, to their own structure, will. It's very clear message, very interesting. Knight of Pentacles, keep working at it. And the Sun, yeah. So you are working towards your spiritual enlightenment. You are also working towards the collective. You are doing the everyday effort that is needed to understand, to expand the consciousness, to bring about the wisdom and the knowledge, to impart it. So I think that you are absolutely on the right track. I think that this reading is like a confirmation that you're going through a rebirth, that you're going through a threshold, and it's actually very empowering. At first you were in the kind of the inverted, it's like you were in the upside down world before, and you're coming out of it, almost like Plato's cave. So you're coming out of the cave where it's dark and you're only seeing the shadows, and people are mistaking the shadows for reality, and you're now climbing up and seeing the sun. So this is the objective, is to see the truth and to cut through the illusions that might be imprisoning people to certain patterns and beliefs. The Knave of Swords or the Page of Swords. I think that the written word, the spoken word is very important here. It's kind of key to this change, to this transformation. It's like you can never take it back, but it's a good thing. The Five of Pentacles. I feel like you have to cut your losses somehow. Possibly while you are saying this, you are kind of understanding what you are leaving behind, but you're already seeing the rainbow. You're already going towards that rebirth. So whatever you're losing, it's supposed to go, and it's the Wheel of Fortune. So it is a lucky loss, let's say. It's something that will kind of unburden you from a situation. The Chariot. It will unburden you. It will empower you to choose your own path, to impose in a good way your will, your divinity, and your connection to spirit is purified by this. So you are healthier. I feel like your health is going to improve massively after this. It's like you had that weight that is being lifted. It's like there's a spoke in your wheel that is off kilter, and suddenly it's aligned. And it's like fortunate, and it's kind of out of a chaotic situation at the same time, but it's good. The Nine of Swords. Yeah, I think you're really... Just let me get the last card. Okay. So, yeah. So it's like, yeah, there was a suspicion because there was an ambiguity. And you were kind of unaware of what it was. You were willing to start something, but you were unaware of the dangers. So you're kind of escaping the danger because you're using your truth and your power wisely, and you are going to do the hard work that's needed to reach the sun, to reach the light. So you are a willing person, and you are a spiritual, it's almost like a spiritual warrior, but it's more than that. It's like a pioneer and someone who is ready for anything. It's like anything can happen. I am willing to surrender myself to what is going to happen. And in this specific case, you are being blessed with protection from spirit, from God and Goddess, so that you can be safe from the crocodiles that are coming to get your energy, to suck you, to use you, or to I feel like it's kind of, it's not deceit, it's more a delusion. It's creating illusions for you to be stuck in. So you're releasing yourself from a situation that would imprison you in a kind of a juggling game where you would be constantly trying to fit in to a situation that wasn't really good. It wasn't really appropriate for you. And so I see here the use of reason, the use of the mind appropriately, strategically, implementing the plan slowly and meticulously, and still being very down to earth and being, approachable and simple in a way, very simple approach to your spiritual development, and also to this transition, to this going through the looking glass into a reality where the sun is shining on the truth, and it's not shadows and it's not delusions like the Seven of Cups. And this specific Fool is a little bit negative because it has this alligator that is about to bite him, and this Fool is about unawareness, like being very innocent or naive, being too ignorant, also too ignorant about a situation would create nightmares for you. Very clear. So you are being blessed with this protection, spiritual protection. It's coming to you through acute perceptions of the reality that are coming for you, like truths, are hardcore truths, and like bursts of genius. I see like mind explosions, like exploding with ideas, and you really being able to use them to your benefit and towards your spiritual development, and sharing that with the world like a truth, some sort of truth and knowledge. Because you're gaining, it's not only knowledge that you're gaining and applying, it's also the wisdom of walking the way, walking the path. And I think that also other people will also be aware of what you're doing, and they will also gravitate towards this truth because you are just representing and embodying the path. So interesting that this was the moment when the candle blew out. So it's like, this is the end of the message for me. I don't think this is like a bad omen or anything at all. So yeah, if you also enjoyed this reading like I did, I sure did, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 3. Let's see. What is your spiritual guidance for today? Okay. What do the fairies have to say to you? And a sacred path card also. Okay, very quick answers. So let's start with the oracle cards with Masters, deepest fears, bravery, temperance, and selflessness. Darkness, skipping steps, ego, illness, evil, delirium, danger. And Revelation, sudden change, authenticity, justice, and ego death. We have the Puck. Interesting. I think it also came out in pile number... Oh, now I realize this came out in pile number 1 and this came out in pile number 2. So maybe they're all related. Guardian at the gate and he of the fiery sword. Wow, so much blue. And it's the revelation. So this is the revelation. Interesting. The magic vessel with healing. Okay, this card wants to stay. 9 of Pentacles and the Emperor. Okay. There's something very powerful here. I feel like there's a strong masculine energy. We have the Emperor, he of the fiery sword. This is spiritual will, spiritual power, spiritual healing power, revealing the spiritual healing power. I feel like you're using a technology or a technique to reveal your spiritual will and power. It's possible that you have overcome a few it's like a booby trap, like sabotage energy. Someone who is trying to tamper with your spiritual power or your spiritual will. And it's a spirit that is working through somebody else, trying to steer you away from the next step towards your evolution. And I think that the way to heal this and the way to stop this from happening is to teach, is to give away, to share. The Six of Cups. Communicating to someone specific. Maybe there's an idea that you left behind and that you wanted to kind of revive, possibly, or that you should revive, something that you've forgotten, a practice, a talent, a skill, possibly related to healing, possibly related to the body. So your spiritual guidance today is about the ability to steer your spiritual will in a way that helps others and that is authentic to your nature and that also heals. And I think that that's coming through the vehicle of teaching, of communicating to others, of sharing with others. Okay. Two of Cups. Yeah, I feel like communication and relationship with others is very important at this point. The World. With, you know, what I felt like it was having an intimate approach and a relationship with others and the world. Okay, so it also might imply that you have to expose something to the world about yourself. It's your authenticity. It's also a place where you will be, it's possibly like your ego is going to be challenged. It requires a certain bravery, and it's really going to, yeah, the book is also about contradictions and contradicting energies and paradoxes. So this is also interesting here with the darkness and revelation, because these are almost like opposites of each other. Because you have ego and ego death. And ego is dark. Ego death is shiny, is revealing, is exposing, it's the whole world. It's the creation all together. And ego is separation. So it's kind of resolving this paradox, the relationship between the two in yourself. And when you're teaching and when you're sharing, people will respond and will kind of keep you accountable and responsible. You have to be accountable. Okay, interesting. Seven of Wands. I feel like you have to go through a trial. Like being judged. And it's brave. It's brave to subject yourself to the judgment of others. Justice, there you go. So it will be just. Eventually, it will make you feel like you can use that skill wisely, and you can use it to help others, to share the truth about things, about yourself, be authentic, to be in the world, to be connected also. Ace of Pentacles, and also to be abundant, possibly in the material realm, but surely in the spiritual realm. The King of Cups and Temperance. I don't know. I really feel like you should share more of your feelings or your art. It can be healing for many, many, many people, for the world. It can be very healing. And justice. So something about sharing your art is about doing justice and making things fair for yourself and for others. So making people accountable, solving a paradox, an ambiguity. The High Priestess, there you go. And the Knight of Wands. So just do it. Just express that deep intuition, that deep connection to spirit. If it is through healing arts, through speaking or teaching and performing, maybe you are also like a tarot reader or a clairvoyant person that can use those skills to help. This reading is really boosting you towards that and telling you that you really need to do this in order to heal also the power, the way you wield power and the way you can be an example and be accountable for what you do is also very healing. And it's like empowering a specific set of tools and knowledge and a wisdom or a tradition. It can be a spiritual tradition. Giving it life, embodying it, will heal the story. It might imply that you have to review your steps very carefully so that you are not contradicting yourself. So if you're loving what you're doing, that's also something that's coming through very strongly. You need to love what you do very deeply. Be very passionate about what you do. That is how you are going to put in the right steps and the right effort and the right details and the right, sugar and spice and all things nice so that you are engaging and responsible and accountable, and you are a well-rounded personality that can be engaged with kindness, and with the receptivity of others will increase, and they will also be more available to heal themselves and to also heal others. Healing is like an energy that is spreading through you. Seven of Cups, Two of Swords, Three of Wands. We have two more. The Hermit, there you go. And the Page of Cups. So I feel like this is, this pile is more about the mission. It's like the overarching theme, the biggest story you can imagine for yourself. I see that you can also see the many lives and the many dimensions. I am talking to someone who has immense spiritual will and that has the ability to open many gates to many dimensions. That's why you have so much healing energy and wisdom to share. But the trick here is to maintain that connection to everything and that awareness while still being kind of challenged by matter, by the limitations of the body and by the limitations of the material world. Those limitations are transcended with emotion. We help our bodies change and adapt to the situations when we change our emotions. Our emotions are very mutable. They're easier to change than also our minds, of course, but emotions are more rooted in the body. They are already kind of, they're not crystallized, but they are there. You know, they're a presence. They are something that you can work with. They are more tangible, palpable. You know, when you feel in your body something that is emotional, it's something that you can work with. And it's something that also connects you to others. So this is also very powerful here, because you have to express this and you have to impart and share. And the way you do this is by expressing things emotionally and not rationally. So this is how you evolve spiritually from the point you are right now towards an effortless and passionate connection to God and everything else. That is going to be manifested in everything you do. So it's like, once you solve this conflict between, possibly it's the conflict like between the feeling of your body and the feeling of the spiritual, or like how you feel in meditation and how you feel in your everyday life. So matching like the sacred and the profane, let's say, and having them smoothly, you know, dance together and be enmeshed in a way that is seamless, so that you're always in meditation and you're always in prayer, and everything you do is like a meditation, is like a prayer. It can be manifested in your body as something more comfortable and more joyful, pleasant also, than if you are just thinking that you're just engaged with the material and it's like a small thing, like an insignificant thing, and what you're doing has no meaning, and you have to have this very elaborate ritual or spiritual understanding in order for it to be sublime. No, it's like not separating things and having this sense that your spiritual will and the will of God is in everything you do and everything you say. And there's the potential for healing in every situation, even though it might seem very hard. It might seem like it's impossible to transform. Maybe it's not your specific mission to do that transformation, but everything has that potential. And if you are in love with what you do and passionate, and you keep that energy of love and power, yeah, it's like infusing what you do with love and power and energy. It will keep that healing going. And even though it might seem like you're doing one thing, you're actually doing another. There's this solving the contradiction, solving the paradox, because it's like, although I'm walking away, I'm actually getting closer. Although I am saying goodbye, it's like I'm saying I'm being more receptive and I'm being even more, loving and embracing. I'm not saying nothing I do is about separation. It's all about communion. That's how I feel here. And this is the spiritual message for you. So yeah, very beautiful. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye.